President Biden changed all this. Remember the 37 murderers that he commuted their sentences? Remember two of them, one that he pardoned, the one that he pardoned killed 2 FBI agents. Another one literally beat an officer to death with a hammer. And another one literally tied up a woman who had accused him of rape, tied her up in duct tape, put a center block around her, and threw her over a bridge live. And so you remember that the violence that he pardoned, and I'm just saying you got to compare both of them, Aaron. If you're going to cover the story, cover both stories.
Two things, though. First, I want to talk about first of all, saying somebody else jumped off a bridge, so I'm going to jump off the bridge too, is not an excuse that any of us would generally find acceptable. So just putting aside Biden did this, so Trump did this, I want to talk about your feelings about it. You were there and you know what happened that day. Do you wish President Trump would have only pardoned nonviolent offenders? Obviously, that was clear that he was going to do that, instead of the blanket pardon he issued.
Well, I think what happened is after President Biden did the preemptive pardon on his family members and on the Jan 6 committee, I think it all changed. And this is President Trump's prerogative. He's the President of the United States now, and the American people, November 5th, chose to move on past January 6th. It was a regretful day, but President Trump is the President of the United States, and things changed. Even President Biden, remember, 4 years ago said that a preemptive pardon shows guilt, but yet he went ahead and did that. And as I said, I think everything changed after President Biden did what he did 15 minutes before he left office. So
obviously, I'm not going to equate one versus the other. I do just want to point out the point, Senator, as you and I know, anyone watching knows, there's no way that they got 700 pardons ready in those few hours, right? Those were ready to go. No, it wasn't after President Biden made the decision about his family and the January 6th committee.
I believe it was 42 executive orders with 200 actions on them. And there was a change, but it doesn't take too long to put a full and complete pardon on January 6th. It simply changes the piece of.
They're basically left yelling into the void, desperately trying to whip up hysteria with the same tired tactics they've been using for decades. You know the drill: over-the-top outrage, fear-mongering, and the usual finger-pointing. But here's the thing, it's not working anymore. People are catching on, and instead of making an impact, they're just being left speechless and looking clueless. The problem is they're stuck in the past, using strategies that might have worked back in the day, but now just come across as noise. It's like they're recycling old plays from a playbook that nobody's buying into anymore. And the more they scream, the less anyone takes them seriously. In the end, all their efforts to create panic and chaos backfire, leaving them standing there, dumbfounded and out of touch with reality. It's almost ironic. They're so busy trying to create drama that they don't realize they're just proving how disconnected they are from what people actually care about.